What is up, everybody? It's Grateful Mike. I'm live here on a Saturday night. All right. um, Today, I want to teach you Jack Straw, but I'm going to teach it to you in the way that I teach, referring to certain things and ways that I do it. And if you're not familiar with my lessons here on YouTube, I do quick 60-second lessons that last many minutes, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm always going to be saying the same thing when I jump on. If you're ever interested in joining my online guitar school, if you want to be a student of mine, I have different levels. I have an appetizer, I have a main course, all that. Just check out the link in the description. It's that easy. You can be there for free. Just check it out. I've helped thousands of deadheads all over the world. I continue to help so many people, and it's the greatest job in the world. So I want to teach Jack Straw right now, but I want to do it in a way where we really reflect on what key we're in. Okay, because it's interesting. It's very interesting. Very Grateful Dead. So you're in the key of E, right? So it's like, we can share the women, we can share the wine. Just that progression right there already has you in the key of E with chords that live in the key of E. So it's like and when you know, you know. That's why I'd like to set the table with people who want to study with me. It's like, I'm so glad. I mean, my very first guitar lesson ever, my guitar teacher said to me, after I told him what kind of music I'm into and what I would like to play, he goes, let's start with the blues, the 1-4-5. And it became everything. It is everything. The 1-4-5, it's all about the 1-4-5. I can't say anything else. That's right. Hey, what's up, Chill? Got some the chat working here too. For those watching the replay, who are you talking to? What's up, guys? Here we go. You're in the key of E. I'm on the 1, the 2 goes to the 6, 5, 4. So right there, I just need numbers. You don't have to understand it all right away. It's just kind of cool to, like, I tell my students, like, I'll put you on a ladder, and like you're down there, and like you take one step at a time and understand things. You train your ear, and you can play millions and millions and millions of songs instead of one-offs. I even think it's hard for someone trying to learn when there's tabs going across the screen, because then you're like you're not listening anymore. So that's why I'm all about listening. So when you have an E as your one chord and you're playing all these chords, even before you even jump into theory, this is my opinion. This works for deadheads. Do you know your bar chords? Do you understand them? Because when a C sharp minor shows up, if you're the kind of guitar player that's like, oh, that sucks, I wish it was just a C, then you're always looking for the easy way out. You to practice these bar chords, putting your hand on and off, for a couple weeks, you get it down. But in the Jerry way, it's all about finding those root notes first. You're playing bass on the guitar. You don't always have to go like every single note perfectly. So you just kind of play it through. So you're like, E chord to the F sharp minor goes to C sharp minor, B, A. On the E, B minor to D, and the A goes to the E, G sharp minor to the D. I like the bars. A, back to E, F sharp minor goes to the C sharp minor, B, A. E goes to the B minor D, and the A goes to the E. G sharp minor, instead of D this time, it goes right to A. Then the E. Now, somebody could be watching this video who's, was taught the song by, Bob Weir literally showed it to you and says, actually, there's this stuff, you missed this, you missed that. I'm okay with that, okay? Because I've played music with a lot of musicians. And when you have the actual groove going, all right, and you know the main chords, you know how to make it follow the melody. Of course, I mean, especially jazz players are going to say, you could have played a ninth there. You could have played this. I got you. I help people who are just trying to play guitar, right? You know what I mean, right? Just trying to get there. When you're trying to clone every single particular thing, like you see it in when you go to Google something, it says like, oh, like E add 9 or something. You're like, wait, what's all that? Okay, I got you. Like you could just play E. It's fine. And then you learn that stuff later. I mean, I still believe in all that, Steely Dan chords and stuff. I think it's great, but most people are trying to sing. You just want to get the chords down. So it's all about learning your basic bar chords, mixing them in with your cowboy chords. All right, now you get to this part where Jerry starts singing. You just take an E and you put a little sus4 in there. I just jumped the watch, man. So the pinky goes on the third string, third fret. Right outside the fence. E sus4 is what it's called. Took his rings for bucks and chains. Wait, Mike, you just said like you don't need all that stuff, and then the very next thing you did was E sus4. What's wrong with you? No, it's like when you have if you have a section where it's like sitting on one chord, that other part wasn't sitting on one chord. It's like chord to chord to chord, chord, chord. When you're sitting on one chord, you can do anything. You can take fingers off, you can add other fingers on and try to see what works. A very common one in E is just putting the pinky down on the third string, third fret, a little sus4. It's that like pinball wizard effect. Like, so you start to train your ear to hear what the tension of a sus4 is, just like a D sus4. It's cool. That's where the magic starts to become even crazier. But before that, you just gotta have the main chords. I could have just gone and could have been like, I just jumped to watch, man. Just an E. Right outside the fence. Or I could put the pinky in there for a little flavor. I just jumped to watch, man. Right outside the fence. E sus4 goes back to E, and then E sus4 to E. F sharp major this time. I'm on the F sharp major, just strumming for fun. Doesn't really matter what my pattern is, as long as I'm tapping my foot, feeling the beat, and I go D, B minor, A, resolves on E. Theoretically, that's a 7, that like minor 5, which is a Mixolydian thing. Again, a little higher step of the ladder. Very cool when you understand that. D, B minor, A, that's the 4, resolves on 1. And this is that whole part. Used to play for silver, now I'm playing for life. D, B minor, A, to the E. The basic timing of this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all math. One man gone and another to go. Now that it changes here. Another to go. A, E. Keep on A. Then the D. Then the G. The D. Then the G. Walk down to E. So you get that, you're off that G, that third fret, going 3, 2, 1, 0. Just finish with that same first part. We can share the women, we can share the wine. That's how the song ends. So let's look at it from a guitar student, like a beginner, intermediate kind of student. Someone who's like, Mike, my dream would be to be at like a campfire jam, and someone's gonna start playing Jack Straw, and I don't put my guitar down. I'm like, I got this. Even if you haven't played it for a little while, it's about like when you're real sure of something, you become like, almost like there's a drive to you. You're like, oh, I got this. Come on, man, you can do it. You can do it, like in sports, But to me, it's like somebody says, let's do Jack Straw. And you're like, you've taken the time to learn the song maybe a while ago, but instead of doing it as a one-off, something you memorize, I forget how to play that. You go, let's do it. Let's do it. Because it turns out that most songs you ever play in your life are in key. So that's what I'm going back to, E's the one chord. So every song presents a new example. It's like a little project. Like, oh, that's so cool how they wrote that song. Now, does that mean Bobby sat down and was like, okay, I'm theoretically going to go to a minor 5 here, and then we go to the 7 here. And no, he had a melody, and he's singing the melody, but it all revolves around the sound key, and that's where the lead guitar comes in. That's when you want to do your Jerry. Like, what is all the lead stuff that Jerry does? It all makes perfect sense. Why he can put his hand in one area and just go like because it's in the major key of E. And once you know, like that's the sound key, that's the resolve key. It's even though it starts in the D and he goes D, B minor, A, resolves on E. You know, E. Part of E, part D, part of E, part of D, part of E, just all like one little area. It makes sense. So now you can just paint because you're like this experienced painter instead of someone who's just, and I'm talking about rhythm guitar and lead. Like you can say, go back to that example of the guy sitting there playing Jack Straw, and you're like, all right, what key is that in again? It's E, and you don't put your guitar down. You're just sitting there again, and it's all complicated. And let's say you understood a little bit about that soloing stuff. You're like, even if you get lost in all the chords, and you just want to play like noodle stuff over it, right? Like I was watching something the other day, like Warren Haynes playing with Bobby and Phil, and he's just noodling stuff the whole time, kind of like Jerry. A lot of songs with Jerry, but Mama Tried. Me and My Uncle. That's what I was like. Which one's the one? He's like Me and My Uncle. Of course, I froze for a second. I'm like, I was about to say it. I couldn't figure out what song it was. Me and My Uncle. Anyway, but songs like that, like if you're playing in the Campfire Jam and you don't know all the chord changes or you forget them and you're kind of, I used to know this song. Well, I don't put my guitar down. Even if I've never heard the song in my life, I'll go, yeah, I'll play that song with you. I just say, what's that main chord you're playing? It's usually the first chord, like an E. I can just noodle on E the whole time during the whole, because all the chords are in the family of E, all of them. And there's a cool little mixolydian effect that goes on in that for that solo and the key and all that stuff. Anyway, I thought that jumping on live would be fun because I wanted to take a complicated song like Jack Straw, one of my favorite songs. And it's, Bobby, rest in peace, Bobby. I've been playing his songs a lot. And it's just everything works out. I mean, when you go into Cassidy and you're in E and it goes to A, it's the first two chords. It's a 1/4 progression. We're right back to the key of E again. Everything makes sense. 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5. Like that's how I can play the songs and how I can hear them. So anyway, I'm very fortunate also that when the Grateful Dead music was really starting to hit me, I was like also starting to understand guitar at the same time. So it was like this tidal wave. And so that's why I believe, even if you're just like new to guitar or you've been playing for decades, I think it's the greatest vehicle to learn guitar. Absolutely. You could, everything. I got people in my club that are like really big into reggae, the blues, bluegrass, country. We're all like, and we all go, this is great. We're Deadheads. We love all the music. We break down Beatles songs. Like I was doing, speaking of like theory, like one of the theory things I teach is about curveballs, like something different that happens. So I was teaching in the key of A, like there are places I remember all my life. You hear that chord right there? Resolves back on the A. There are 1, 5, 6, 1, then the 4, minor 4. resolves all the one. It's gold. If you're interested in any of this, check out the link in the description. It'll take you to my guitar club. And once you click and join, I'm your teacher. And you can see me live. I'm live this Monday night. How about that? 9 p.m. Eastern. You can join me. You can be my student. And there's even right now, I have something going on that I've never done before. I have a free trial going on. So 7-day free trial. So you can see me live this Monday night and not even have to pay for it. So be part of my live class. I can meet you. I can say hello. You can say, Mike, man, you're totally right. Like I've been playing for a while and I've never really never connected all the wires. What's this 1-4-5 thing? I'd love to be able to play leads and stuff. I've always wanted to be able to do that. Well, the problem is when you're going through the rabbit hole of YouTube, like it's hard. It's not even the teacher's fault. It's just imagine walking in any music school and you have 30 different teachers coming at you everywhere. And there's tabs everywhere. This is how you do it. That's how you do it. You need to take your time and learn with an instructor. My instructor changed my life. So, hey, join my club. You'll have just one well worth. Oh, thank you. Hey, we got somebody who's in my club. I don't see your name on there, but that's cool. Thank you very much. Awesome. I got to go, but nice playing for y'all and teaching y'all. And I wish you all the best luck with all this stuff. And, hit me up. The link is in the description. Just go there. It's on skool.com, SKOOL.com. And just look me up, Grateful Mike. You can join the club. I'll see you there. Who else just wrote? Oh, Eric. Hey, Eric, what's up, man? Awesome. Thank you, Eric. Very, very cool to have you on there. Great student, Eric. Awesome. I'm jumping now. Peace, guys. Check me out. I would love to see you there. I like teaching. Can't you tell? See you there. Check the link in the description. Right? The link.